What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. Let's talk about Monster Hunter Stories 2. So first thing I gotta say is this game really blew away my expectations. I went into this, I downloaded like the demo for the original Monster Hunter Stories for my phone, tried it out, didn't really enjoy it that much. So I went into this with like no expectations. I mean, we played the demo, and from playing the demo, I was like, yeah, you know, I think I could vibe with this. It seems like there's enough combat depth and whatnot. But man, this game took me for a ride. You know, the combat approach of having to kind of win those head-to-heads, the rock, paper, scissors system, you have that. And then you have instances where, like, you know, your Monsties might not have a special move, or they might be doing one you don't want to, that would lose the head-to-head, so you can splice genes into them to give them new moves to potentially win the head-to-head. And then on top of that, you have swapping between your weapons to make sure you have the right weapon type damage. And then if you even want to take it a level further, you could have elemental matchups. And God, there is so much combat depth here that the surface wouldn't really show you. Like, I mean, it's there, but like once you really start digging down, it's way more than just, you know, oh, it's turn-based combat. Like, I would go as far as to say is I think this may be my favorite implementation of a turn-based combat system. Like, more recently, I've been playing some older games on Switch, you know, Last Remnant, Final Fantasy X, and trying to go back to those turn-based games. I don't know, I got bored of them. You know, I was just like, there's not enough with the combat here to keep me interested. It's just, you know, oh, I attack, I do my special, I do this magic you're weak to, and that's it. And this, on the other hand, like, I didn't get bored playing it at all. Like, I felt, you know, even up to the final, I mean, shit, the final boss beat me my first attempt, and I had to go back after leveling up to try and fight the thing again. And even then, I feel like I scraped by in that encounter. And that says something, you know, when the difficulty is just, the difficulty's on point, and the combat is engaging enough to where, like, you can't afford to make mistakes. You have to pay attention. So, 10 out of 10 there on the gameplay. In terms of world design, I think they did a pretty good job. Obviously, we have all of your stereotypical Monster Hunter biomes. You know, we have the early nice little area, and then we have a more foresty plains type zone, and then we have the sandy zone and the desert zone and the volcano zone. So that's all just standard. I'm gonna guess that there's probably a Elder Recess Guiding Lands type thing that'll come up now that we're post game. At least I hope there is. But even then, I think they did the environment design really nice. And I think a big thing too is the way they implemented the flight. You know, a lot of games when you can fly, you're stuck to like these boundaries. You know, the idea, like, if you have, like, let's say you have like a C-shaped island, you would have to follow the pattern of that C to get from the top of it to the bottom of it, and them actually letting you basically fly out of bounds of the map and just go from the top to bottom point, flying across the ocean. That's super nice. I mean, it's a very simple thing, but it definitely helps to bolster the immersion of the flight and, you know, you being a rider and going around on your Monstie. So I thought that was really good. Music was good. All the fight music was good. I didn't see a single copyright claim, which is great, because that tells me that, you know, they're doing their due diligence as a studio to make sure that people playing their game online don't get screwed over. On top of that, I mean, all the music fit. The final boss fight, actually, I said it in the last episode, but there was some Duel of the Fates vibes going on there. I mean, honestly, like, God, I honestly, I think I enjoyed this more than Rise. I like Rise a lot. I put a lot of hours in Rise, but this was such a just delightfully charming game. Like, you know, the story had a couple twists and turns. You had the bad guys and all that, and you know, there wasn't a point. The story too. I think they did a really good job with the story and the pacing of it. Like, there was never a time where the story felt like it was, you know, dragging, or like, oh, you know, yeah, this part. Like, a good example, Scarlet Nexus. Towards the end of Scarlet Nexus, that final boss dungeon, it started to drag out for me. I was like, okay, you know, we get it, you're a boss, when do we wrap this up? That feeling never occurred in this game. I'm trying to think of, like, things, faults. I guess if I had to knock it at all, the only thing would be there's a couple monsters that can't be Monsties, which kind of sucks. Like Plesioth, we can't ride Plesioth. We can't ride Durambros. We can't ride the crabs. We can't ride Celtis Queen. That kind of sucks, you know, because those are all also, I mean, to me at least, as somebody that came in mostly around GU, those are all also very iconic monsters. And it doesn't make sense to me that, like, we can, you know, I can bond and ride a Nergigante and a Deviljho, but I can't bond and ride a Plesioth. I don't know what the design decision there was, but, you know, give me more monsters that I can ride. Like, none of them really seem like that crazy. I mean, you can ride a Legiacris and a Mizutsune, so why not a Plesioth? I'm sure you could fit a mount to the back of the crab. Celtis Queen, you could definitely strap a mount on there. So I think that would have been a very, just like a nice thing that feels like they kind of left it out. I don't know why. Just, you know, could be design choice. Maybe there's more in-depth lore reasons I'm not aware of. But yeah, another thing is, oh, hang on, we got a cutscene here. Oh god. I kind of want to touch the cat. That's one of, like, the most adorable, stupid things in the game. Is just him wanting to pet cats, but he's allergic. Another thing that I think would have been nice to see is, so obviously there were tons of weapons, but all of the weapons, aside from the late game weapons, they, like, you had to constantly upgrade. You know, you had to go up to a new tier weapon, and I think it would have been a bit nicer if they followed, like, the regular Monster Hunter system, where, like, you know, for example, in GU, your Royal Ludroth dual swords are some of the best dual swords in the game come end game. It's like them and the Mizutsune swords. Whereas if I wanted a water greatsword here, you know, those are all gonna fall grossly short of the damage potential of any of the other weapons that are endgame, like, you know, the Stygian, the Seragios, the Deviljho. So I think that would have been nice if, you know, you could use higher tier monster parts to continue upgrading, similar to how we do in the main series Monster Hunter games. Just to, you know, keep weapons that you like and being able to play into that type advantage system even more. So I would have liked that. I would have liked more of the monsters to be Monsties and rideable. And the only other thing that I kind of question is with Altura, I mean, we had all those tentacles coming up out of the ground, and then what emerged was an Elder Dragon. So that made me assume that, you know, Altura was almost a chrysalis state monster, similar to Xeno'jiiva. But if that's the case, did it just have these, you know, massive tremor-looking things connected to the cocoon that were looking to eat monsters just to feed it and power it up? Because that's what was happening, is they would attract monsters to the pits, monsters would fall in the pits. You could tell, you know, like with Guardian Ratha, they just blah, 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 and nommed him down, and then Altura was born. I hope there's more, you know, a lore book or something. I would have liked to seen that explained more. I want to know more about it. You know, what happened with the tentacles? Do those just fall off and die when Altura hatched from what I'm assuming is a cocoon? You know, these are questions that I haven't, like, answered. But all in all, I mean, this was a absolutely phenomenal game. I mean, the only issues that I really have with it are very surface level. You know, like, even though I would like to have more Monsties to ride, we still have something like, I think 103 or something to choose from, which is still really good. You know, I think a little bit of balancing, just so that you could, you know, just if I want to power level a monster all the way up to where it's comparable to Nergigante, I'd like to do that. I mean, I know that certain monsters are always going to be more powerful than others, but I would hope that your lower level monsters don't just get kind of shoved to the dust. But I mean, that is kind of the nature of Monster Hunter. You know, usually when you get to the end game, you're not wearing Jagras gear or using the Jagras weapons. You know, I'm not going to, you know, really knock the game for that. Yeah, I mean, this was good. All in all, if I had to put a score to it, I mean, this is a near perfect game for me. This is like a 9.5 out of 10. You know, there's little things I would change, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. I still plan on playing more of this. I know there's more monsters. We obviously have a DLC roadmap. You know, this I would say this is one of the best games on the Nintendo Switch right now. This was a absolutely fantastic journey. Let me I want to see. I want to get an idea on what kind of post-game stuff we have. 8 tier, Friend of Ratha. Wanderer Shield. Onwards and upwards.
Altura has been defeated. This feat was achieved thanks to the power of your kinship with Ratha. An impressive strength, born of trust. The tale of your triumph will be retold time and again, never to be forgotten. You are our living legends.
When you say you mean me too, right?
Mm-hmm. You won't just be known as Red's grandchild, but as the champion rider of Mahana.
The little Rathalos kite. It's cute.
Maybe you'll become our new leader. This is so exciting.
Yeah,
I
make you my
hereby
wife.
grant you access to the Elder's Lair in the Forbidden Grounds.
Yup.
But
Elder's
Chief
Lair.
Gara, aren't all riders supposed to stay away? It's crazy dangerous there. Nobody knows what monsters lurk in that place.
Nearly true, Kana. There was one rider who knew what the Elder's Lair held. Red.
Oh. Oh, yeah. He was allowed to go there, that's right.
I reckon that's where he went to do his thinking when the world started taking a dark turn. As the heroes who defeated Altura, you too may find something of interest there.
I can't believe it. I guess times have changed, huh? You're no longer the rookie rider anymore. Right. I'll come along with you. Can't hurt to have some extra help, right?
Aw, Kana!
In the wake of Altura's influence, there is talk of unusually ferocious monsters appearing far and wide.
To think it would have such a widespread effect.
Mm-hmm. That is just the way of nature. Perhaps you could look into this matter further.
If you return to Ruto, Alwyn is sure to lend a hand. Avinia in Kuan is reliable as well.
Can I just pick whoever I want?
Also have our buddies Roberto and Cheval to call on. And,
Kyle and Tsukino, of course.
You made so many friends along the way. And your adventure is far from over.
our legend will never end. So let's shake a tail and head to the Elder's Lair already. Let's ride!
I'd also like to know more about Naviru's past and the whole, like how he was experimented on, and it's like parts an ogre or something. You defeated Altura thanks in part to the power held within Ratha's wings. The impossible is made possible to bond to you. The time has come to forge a new tale. The Elder's Tale is a sprawling area located in the Forbidden Grounds. Many high-rank monsters make their home here, as well as species that can be found anywhere else. Unlocking high rank. Some monsters are far more dangerous than the regular kind. These high-rank monster names will be displayed in red during battle. Equipment made from them is the best ever crafted by human or Wyverian hands. Talk to allies you fought alongside previously to switch battle buddies. This can be done in specific places you and your buddies have some connection with. Dope. So where are Oh, let's go to a couple things. I know where a lot of my buddies would be, but I guess would Cheval be in the Wyverian area? And what about Kyle and Tsukino? I mean, I'm not bringing Kana. I like her, but her little Ranmar is not going to make the cut. Oh, wait, what was that? Maybe it's because I spend so much time with you, but I keep greeting people the same way these villagers do. I don't think Alwyn would approve. Part ways with Enna. No, we're not parting ways with Enna. I want to come over. Do we have... I don't think we got parts from the final boss, but just to take a look. Who's this? Mighty Corn Popper. It's the high rank version of it, I guess. And the ample bowfish. Jesus. Great sword focus XL, hammer focus XL, fire boost medium.
Thank you.
That's nice. See if there's anything new from the Melniks. Stable blueprint 6, gold expedition plus ticket. Expedition party slots to 6. I don't really need to do that. And this is all the stuff that you had already. Yeah. Alright, so Volruto would be Alwyn. Veloska would be, what's her name? Lucian would be Hunter Bro. I wonder if Kyle and Tsukino are also there. Wait. They could be at the feline shelter? I think that's when we like first really grouped up. I'm gonna get some... I'll go... Yeah, they are not here. Go to Nwate. Okay, so we have Cheval. Where? I really want to know where Kyle and Tsukino are. Because the two areas that they were... I like how I could tell Enna, like, go back to your village. I'm done with you, Wyverian waifu. Let's see. We're gonna go to Papa Google. Monster Hunter Stories 2. Where is Kyle? Endgame. Monster Hunter Stories 2. Change battle buddies. Let's see. Anna's at the stables. Enna is not a battle buddy, but you can recruit or dismiss her as you would others. Elder and Ruto. Alwyn is in Ruto. Vinia is in Kuan. Riverdo. Oh, Kyle is also in the Lucin, not far from Riverdo. So I would have found him sooner or later. This guy was a hunter. He doesn't have a monster, but uses a bow. I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep. I think I'm gonna keep Chevelle. And let's go check out Forbidden Grounds. Wait, do I go to this Forbidden Grounds? The Forbidden Grounds altar. I want to at least take a peek. I mean, I'm probably not going to do episodes on the post-game content. You know, post-game stuff, that is more, that's live stream stuff. If I was to do episodes with this, they would just go on forever. But of course, all those live streams will be added into the playlist after this one. this episode at least want to... That's the altar. Ruto, Mahana Village. There's a little dot over there. Here's the entrance to the Elder's Lair. Red is the only one who's ever stepped foot beyond. Nobody knows what lies in wait for you inside. You still proceed? Obviously, bro. Want to just take a quick look, just in and out. No one has ever proceeded here. However, the cat people have already set up stands. I can come in and then I can exit immediately. Themed Meowster, perhaps you know him. The final zone awaits a Meowster with power that transcends reason. And walk beyond this point, that was the promise I made him. So do I need to, like, slay the target Meowsters? If you wish to proceed to the next zone, you must prove you are capable. I'm not getting any farther unless we take on the challenge. What? So it just marks, like, 6 monsters that I gotta go take out? And then that guy will let me go deeper into this place? That's kind of cool. And this looks like it's high-level stuff. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something bigger once we get deeper. Let's see what it wants me to slay. My guess is we have to do high-level monsters, and then eventually we work our way up to, you know, stuff like Teostra and the other elders. And Duramboros. Because this is all of our early starter monsters. No, never mind, there's Mizu here. That is not an early starter monster. It's considered a high rank Mizu. Let's see how this goes. Mizu is... power. We're gonna hope this works. Okay, it's time. Try hitting the legs. Nice crit. Gets mad, I think it goes to speed. I haven't fought one of these in a while. This thing hits really hard though. I just realized I'll probably get a shit ton of XP for fighting this thing because it's kind of high rank. Damn. Those that are trying to make their own Nergigante, the Thousand Blades ability from Saragios, really solid choice. Because Nergi's going to come with Ruinous Strike and Calamity Sash already. Massive and medium non-elemental. This does heavy non-elemental and a chance for bleed, so that basically you cover all of your bases. And then on top of that, you'll be able to take advantage of the Salt in the Wound trait that he tends to get a lot. Oh, and I just realized I have never showed y'all this. Coming up out of the ground with a punch. I just noticed Cheval upgraded his weapon. He's using the Nergigante Sword and Shield now.
They were below your level.
Woo! Big XP. Just takes care of getting Nergi to 44. Alright, well, so it looks like we need to go through and fight these trial monsters for a bit. And then, yeah, I mean, I know the game has other elders, so I'm assuming that they are deeper into high rank as we continue to push. So I think the best course of action is going to be to wrap things up for now. I'll fight my way through all of this stuff in spare time, some of it on stream. And then, just keep an eye out for those. We're going to be streaming this plenty. There's still lots of content to do. Obviously, the roadmap, they're bringing some really cool co-op stuff into the game, like Cove and all that. So, definitely a lot more Monster Hunter. That's a Rathalos? That's not my Wrath? Can I just get Rathalos now? I can just get a random Rathalos? I guess I can. Damn. Well, that's cool. Anyway, we're going to wrap things up. Obviously, there will be more to come on stream, so keep an eye out for that. I'll catch y'all next time. And I guess we'll be starting up with a new series pretty soon as well, so stay tuned for that.